Mount Zion, a name that stirs the imagination and calls to mind a place where history, faith, and longing converge. The name echoes through time, evoking something ancient and profound, a sense of mystery that has drawn people for thousands of years. Where is this place and why does it matter? What is it about this hill that has captured the hearts of so many across generations? Mount Zion is a real hill in Jerusalem, just outside the old city walls, a silent witness to centuries of faith, hope, and longing for something greater. Its stones hold countless stories waiting for those who listen. Each weathered surface whispers of prayers, dreams, and struggles of those who came before. Though not the highest hill, Zion's meaning far outweighs its size. Its significance is measured not in meters, but in the depth of its spiritual legacy. Known as the City of David, after the shepherd king who made it his capital, it later became known as the City of God, a place where the divine and the human meet. This wasn't just poetic, it reflected a belief that God chose this hill to reveal his presence on earth, making it a beacon for seekers and believers alike. Zion became a sacred meeting point between heaven and earth, a place where prayers rise and hopes are renewed. It's more than geography. It's an idea that has shaped faiths, inspired millions, and become a symbol of unity and longing for peace. Zion symbolizes God's closeness, divine protection, and spiritual nourishment. For many, it is a source of hope in times of uncertainty. Its soil is considered holy, a testament to enduring faith and humanity's search for meaning, purpose, and connection to something eternal. Zion invites us to look beyond the everyday, to consider the eternal, and to reflect on our own journeys of faith and discovery. In this journey, we'll explore Zion's ancient roots, hear the voices of prophets, and see how its meaning evolved across faiths and centuries. We'll uncover what archaeology reveals, sift through layers of history, and ask what Zion means for us today in a world still searching for hope. Join us as we seek connection, purpose, and belonging on this sacred hill, a place where the past and present meet, and where the search for the divine continues. Zion's remarkable story begins with King David, who captured the ancient Jebusite stronghold after years of struggle and vision. David made this once remote hill his capital, forever changing its destiny and setting the stage for a new era in Israel's history. This single act transformed a simple hill into the beating heart of a nation, a place where faith, leadership, and hope converged. David's son Solomon would later build the magnificent temple here, making Zion not just a political center but the house of the Lord, a place of worship and awe. The Ark of the Covenant, symbolizing God's presence and promises, was brought to the temple, and Zion became known as God's own city on earth. God's presence was believed to dwell in the Holy of Holies, the innermost sanctuary, making Zion the spiritual center of his kingdom on earth, a place where heaven and earth touched. From Zion, God's law and justice were to go forth, shaping the lives and hopes of his people, and serving as a beacon to the nations. The Psalms praise Zion as the joy of the whole earth, the place where God reigns in beauty and majesty, inspiring songs and prayers through the ages. Zion represented divine order and hope, a promise that God was intimately involved in his people's lives, guiding and protecting them. God's covenant with David and his people was forever tied to this sacred place, a promise of protection, blessing, and an enduring relationship that would never be broken. Zion became a tangible sign of faith, a living reminder of identity, belonging, and the unbreakable bond between God and his people. Through countless generations, Zion stood as a source of comfort and strength, a place where people found hope in times of trouble and joy in times of celebration. The connection between God, his people, and Zion became a cornerstone of faith, shaping prayers, traditions, and dreams for centuries. Zion's story is one of transformation, from fortress to sacred symbol, from a place of battle to a beacon of hope, faith, and divine presence for all generations. The prophets of Israel reimagined Zion as more than a city. It became a beacon for the world, a symbol of hope and spiritual renewal. In their vision, Zion was not just a physical place but a source of inspiration for all humanity, radiating light far beyond its ancient walls. Isaiah and Micah envisioned Zion as the highest mountain, drawing nations eager to learn God's ways. People from every corner of the earth would journey to Zion, seeking wisdom, justice, and a deeper understanding of the divine. They spoke of a future where Zion would be the source of peace, where weapons become tools for life. Swords would be transformed into plowshares, and spears into pruning hooks, as conflict gave way to harmony and cooperation. Zion's destiny was universal, a house of prayer for all peoples. Its gates would be open to everyone, regardless of background or belief, welcoming all who sought connection with the divine. The barriers dividing humanity would fall, and all would worship the one true God. In this vision, unity and understanding would replace division and strife, as people found common ground in their shared longing for peace. This vision extended God's love and salvation beyond Israel, offering hope to every nation and every person. Zion's message was one of inclusion, compassion, and the promise of a better world. Zion became the meeting point for reconciliation and global unity. Here, ancient promises and modern aspirations converged, inspiring people to work together for a future marked by justice and peace. The prophets also spoke of a coming king, a descendant of David who would reign with justice from Zion. His leadership would bring fairness and righteousness, guiding the world toward a new era. Under his rule, the world would be filled with the knowledge of God. People would seek understanding, and wisdom would flourish, shaping societies built on compassion and truth. Zion was not just a memory or a present reality, it was the focal point of future redemption. Its story continues to inspire hope, reminding us that a brighter tomorrow is possible. Here, God's ultimate plan for peace and justice would unfold, touching every life and every nation. Zion's hope was for all people, everywhere, a vision of unity, peace, and divine love that continues to shine across the ages. With Jesus, Zion's meaning expanded. The physical hill remained important. Jesus walked its paths and faced crucifixion in Jerusalem. But the New Testament spoke of a spiritual Zion, a heavenly Jerusalem. Believers were told, "You have come to Mount Zion, the city of the living God." This shift meant Zion was now a spiritual reality, accessible through faith in Christ. God's presence was no longer confined to a place. Through Jesus, all nations could become citizens of this heavenly city. The community of faith became a new, spiritual Zion. Christ fulfilled what Zion symbolized. He is the true temple, the meeting place of God and humanity. He reigns from a heavenly throne over a kingdom not of this world. The hope once tied to a mountain now finds its fulfillment in Jesus. Earthly Zion points to this greater, eternal reality. Mount Zion stones hold stories waiting to be uncovered. Archaeologists have unearthed ancient walls, homes, pottery and tools, tangible links to those who lived and worshipped here. Some discoveries confirm biblical accounts, like Hezekiah's expanded walls during the Assyrian siege. The original city of David was on a lower hill. Later, Zion's name shifted to the western hill. Excavations in the city of David revealed structures possibly linked to King David and Hezekiah's tunnel, an engineering marvel. These finds bring ancient stories to life, connecting us to kings and prophets. Zion's meaning and boundaries have shifted over time. It's not a static monument, but a living concept with deep roots. Each archaeological layer adds to the story of faith, conquest, and renewal. Zion's earth preserves the marks of generations seeking the divine. Mount Zion is sacred to Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. For Jews, it's the city of David, site of Solomon's temple, and the focus of prayers for return. The Western Wall remains the holiest site for Jewish prayer. For Christians, Mount Zion is tied to Jesus' life, the Last Supper, Pentecost, and the Dormition of Mary. These sites draw pilgrims seeking connection to their faith's roots. For Muslims, the Temple Mount, linked to Zion, houses the Dome of the Rock and Al-Aqsa Mosque, marking Muhammad's night journey. This shared sanctity makes Zion a place of spiritual power and at times tension. The close proximity of holy sites challenges peaceful coexistence but also offers hope for understanding. Zion reminds us of shared Abrahamic roots and the universal quest for the divine. Its call is for respect, peace, and unity in a city holy to many. Every year, pilgrims from around the world journey to Mount Zion. They come to walk in the footsteps of prophets, kings, and apostles, seeking a tangible connection to their faith. Key sites include the Tomb of David, the Cenacle, Upper Room, and Dormition Abbey. Each place offers a window into Zion's spiritual tapestry. The experience is often deeply moving. Prayer, song, and contemplation fill the air. For many, the journey is about inner transformation and renewed faith. These sacred sites anchor belief, making abstract faith real. Visiting Zion helps people feel closer to God and to a global community of believers. Pilgrimage here is both a personal and communal act, reinforcing faith's enduring power. Zion's meaning is lived out in every step taken on its ancient stones. Zion's influence extends far beyond Jerusalem. It inspires hymns, literature, and social movements. Songs like "We're Marching to Zion" evoke longing for a spiritual home. In poetry, Zion symbolizes utopia, justice, and the soul's quest for the divine. Writers use Zion to explore hope, exile, and redemption. The name resonates as something sacred and yearned for. In Rastafarianism, Zion is reimagined as Ethiopia, a promised land and symbol of liberation. Zion's adaptability shows its power to address contemporary hopes for freedom and justice. Its echoes are found in art, music, and dreams for a better world. Zion endures as a symbol of hope, belonging, and the search for the sacred. Our journey through Zion reveals it as more than a place, it's a powerful idea. Zion represents humanity's search for the divine, a longing for the sacred. It points us toward hope, God's presence, justice, and redemption. This hope has sustained people through centuries of trial. Zion calls us to worship, to seek God, and to build communities of faith. It's a focal point for devotion. Jews, Christians, and Muslims all turn to Zion in prayer. Zion offers a message of belonging, a promise of spiritual home. In a world of disconnection, Zion speaks of being known and loved. It invites us to rest in God's steadfast love and promises. The call of Zion is for all, to find our place in God's eternal embrace.